Getting on martial class, I'm just like you guys, I ain't no better. I served 5 years. I was released Christmas Day of last year. I was supposed to get out January the 22nd, but by program and everything, I made my way down to Christmas. When I got out on Christmas, when I got locked up, I lost my business, my wife, my family, I alienated a ton of people. I was doing good out there, and I got stupid, thought I could take something without working for it. Got caught, did 5 years. Called my wife, baby, I'm in jail. She said, I prayed for you. I got locked up in January of '08. The last time I heard from my wife was June of '08. Right then and there, I knew I had to do something. So I was still in the county. I prayed, and God said, just me and you, what you gonna do? So I decided in the county that I was going to make a complete character makeover. Didn't know what I was going to do, I just knew I couldn't be the same person that I was. I took every program I could take. The last program I took was TYRO. I graduated that on December the 18th, and I got released December the 25th. So this stuck with me. I was one of the guys in the class. I sat in the front row. I asked questions. I wouldn't let nobody BS because I couldn't play. It was crunch time for me. I knew I was about to go home. I could not afford to play. I didn't know where I was going to be living. I thought I was going to a shelter. I had nothing. I got a big family, but I got a big dysfunctional. When I got released, I was released to my brother's house. I found out about 2 weeks before I was to come home that my brother said I could come live with him. My brother's a dope boy. I lasted there 3 days. Every time he answered the door, he had a pistol. I couldn't live in that kind of environment. I just committed myself to change. So I found out my niece said I could come live with her because she was a lousy mother. I could live in her basement because she worked at the bar at nights and she had 2 little girls. So I moved in with my niece. I became a babysitter, a butler, a chauffeur, a doormat. Everything. My niece and my family started taking full advantage of me. But I've been blessed because I made that sincere commitment to change my life. So I wasn't discouraged. I found out, I knew the guy that owns Ohio Farmers Food Service. I went to see him about a job. He said, man, if you had your CDLs, I could put you to work. I didn't know nothing about obtaining my CDLs or anything. So just so happened, I went through TYROs, and Brian called me and said, we're giving this thing on West 25th, why don't you show up? I showed up, it was the beginning of a class. I'm like, I've already done this class. I met Jose. I said, listen, I don't need this class, but I'm trying to get my CDL, blah, blah, blah. He put me in touch with Employment Connections. I went down there, did everything to get the funding. You have to go to 3 days of classes. I had the case management. I had to get my transcripts, my police reports. I had to get my transcripts, my police report, my high school, everything. Background checks, driving records, everything. Everything I submitted to that man was not good enough. I called North Olmsted. I graduated North Olmsted in 1980. I had North Olmsted send them my transcripts. They couldn't read my grades, and they couldn't read the date I graduated. So I had to contact her again. Now this takes a month for me to get that back. I started this process of getting into my CDLs February 5th. I took the TABE test. My scores was messed up. So I had to go take the TABE test again. I knew I scored off the charts. I was the first one finished. I had no problems with that. I had to take the TABE test again. My background checks came through. They were good. Everything that I was doing and I was submitting to this guy, it just wasn't working. I had to get a pre-hire letter from Ohio Farmers. I got my pre-hire letter from Ohio Farmers. I took it to Employment Connections. Employment Connections said, well, he didn't list you had any felonies. You need to be aware of that before we give you money. So I go back to Ohio Farmers. He knew I had a felony. He puts on my thing felony. So I take it back up there. They say, felonies. You have more than one. You have to list each felony. I got 5 felonies. He's supposed to list each one, and he's supposed to state what they were for and know how much time I served on each one. I do not want to go back to this guy who wants to employ me and just put myself out there naked. But he already know my past. It's different reading me on paper. So I go back to him. I say, listen, do me a favor, and then Elliot, just add an S to felonies. And if that doesn't suffice them, I don't know what to tell you. And he's tired of me coming to him. This is my 4th time back to Elliot with this pre-hire letter. Anyway, he gives me my pre-hire letter. I submit that. I'm talking to the Ridge Project helped me because the Ridge Project in Great Lakes Truck Driving School called Employment Connections, talked to his supervisor about how come Marshall keep jumping through all these hoops. And they finally put me through. The day I got through, and they said, everything's good, come down here and sign off. I go to sign off, they said, we're not giving you 5,600. We're only going to give you 5,000. If you made it yesterday, you would have got the 5,600. See, I've been doing this process for 5 months. I'm in June now. I started in February. So now I got to go to the school and get a promise. I have to sign a promissory letter stating that I will pay them the rest of the money in order for Employment Connections to release the funds so I can get in truck drivers. So I go to Great Lakes Truck Driving School. They don't really do promissory letters. But they've been dealing with Joe Zach and myself, Employment Connections, in this whole process for 4 months now. They're going to say, okay, I signed a promissory letter. Take the promissory letter back to Employment Connections. They say, okay, it takes 30 days to release the money. And 30 days, they release the money. I called the truck driving school up and said, listen, I can start. Please get me in there. Please get me in there. They said, we got you in here. You can start June 24th. And we're going to waive the $600 additional fee, and we just want to let the $5,000 cover. Now, I was like blown away. It took me 5 months to do this process. Living in the basement, no transportation, no money, no food. My niece was horrible. She just was gone. Every time I went to Employment Connections, I had to drop my nieces off at my brother's house because my niece was never home once I moved in. The things that I put up with, no money, no gas, no support. Every time I was, bro, give me $20 so I can get gas so I can go to Employment Connections. Go to Employment Connections, you tell me this ain't what I need, I gotta come back, I gotta go to North Olmsted, I gotta come back. They ran me. I finally made it. I didn't give up. You know, I made a decision to change my life. And this book that you guys are going through, it don't talk about, this is a different one. The book I had, it talks about change and how we're not, we suffer loss, but we're not defined by our loss. That's not a crutch for us to lose when the rubber meets the road and we're getting hit in the head and we just want to lay down. We have to persevere, we have to stand up. I didn't get discouraged. I didn't feel discontented. I made it. I wanted to. I yelled. I yelled. I wanted to pull my hair out. He yelled. But I never, ever gave up. See, I'm not defined by my circumstances, but my choices. And today, I chose to do whatever it takes to succeed. The loss that I experienced was so severe that I had nothing. I got a car. I just bought me a phone. Monday, I don't know how to use it, but I got me a phone. Y'all don't know, I had nothing. My niece had a car. She was getting me jumped. Sold it to me for $32,000 because she thought it needed head gasket. It needed relay switches. Would turn on the fan and cool the engine. That's how I got my car. $17. I put like $600 in it, getting it road ready, but I did that. I was going to the Goodwill, getting clothes. I was meeting Joe Zackerman anywhere I could meet him, getting gas cards. I was going to the library every day, filling out applications, job searching, doing the things I needed to do for Employment Connections. I made looking for a job my job. I know that's what they say, but that's what I did. I didn't dedicate no 8 hours to go looking, but every day, I'm an early riser. I'm up at 6 o'clock no matter what. So from 7 to 10:30 every day, I did something job related or something that will help me spiritually, emotionally, just so I can stay focused and not want to give up. I cut out everybody. All my old friends have from left me anyway, because I was a church going, married guy. When my wife left, they left with her. So I came out, I didn't have any friends, I don't talk to nobody, I don't deal with nobody. I wasn't trying to get in a relationship, I just was trying to do what I needed to do. When I got into truck driving school, I was so elated. Truck driving school started at 8 o'clock. I was there at 7:15 7:15 every day, so I can get on the computer, do job applications, check my email, do more jobs. But I was getting every day. I was so excited. They say, you look like you live here. The last one to leave, you the first one here. I say, you don't know how I want to be here. And every time I would put in applications, I'll get a pre-hire letter back. I'll call them. You got felonies, we can't hire. They say it'd be different if it was a year old. Yours ain't even 6 months old, barely 6 months old. Nobody wanted to hire me. I got a few places that hired me. PRI, place called CRST Trucking. It's another place called Davidson something that's in New Orleans. Their excellent started $19 an hour. I just can't do that. There's a construction company in Akron that wanted to hire me. So there was opportunities, but I played the numbers game. I figured if I put out 10 applications, I might get 1 call back. So if I do 100 applications, I may get 10 callbacks. So I did 200 applications, got 20 callbacks. That's what I did. And I was coming home one day. I said, man, this semi is parked down there. I turned around and went back, Berea Movers, 5 minutes from my house. Walked in the door, said, you guys got trucks, you hiring any drivers? She said, no, not really, but you can put in an application. That was Wednesday. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, the guy called me. I see you got an application, you might coming in Thursday. We're going to talk to you about the position. When I got to Thursday, they had an order come in, they needed somebody to take it. I took it. Fresh. You ain't got to pay me. I'm going to do it to show you I can drive your truck. I took the mechanic with me. I dropped off their load. It was in North Olmsted from West 150th to North Olmsted. I made it back 3.5 hours. They was cool. Could we work the next day? I didn't drive that next day. But it's 5 minutes away. $14 an hour. He could tell me. I said, Marshall, you just got your CDLs. And I know you're looking to make more money than this. All I can offer you is $14. He said, $14. I'm taking that. So I said, well, you know, I was really looking for something more than $14. But if you hire me in, I mean, you guys get raises, you got benefits, you got everything that I need. He said, yes. I go back there, and they hire me. It's a small company. It's maybe 20 employees. One that's been there the least amount of time, been there 7 years. So that they've been in business since 1961. I was born in 1962. So I'm 51. They've been in business 52 years, 20 employees. The least one been there 7 years. I didn't have to do a background check. I didn't have to take a P test. I haven't even done the thing for the taxes yet. But they got me in there. I've been working all this week. I go to work at 7. I'm usually off like 4:30. Call me today, see if I was coming. I had just got in. I hadn't planned on getting in at 7, but he said, you come early. I said, I'm getting up, I'm going. I ain't going to sit down, so I'm going to be tired. But I've been blessed. This process was not easy, but it wasn't difficult. All you need is a few good, like-minded people that will encourage you. If they're not encouraging you, if they're not on your team, if they're trying to stop you, your background, your record, your relationships, whatever they say, if they ain't pushing you forward to succeed, you don't need to deal with it. Kick it to the curb, kick it to the curb. I mean, it could be a family member, it could be a girlfriend, anybody. Like I said, I'm 51 years old, fresh off of 5 years, got like 16 years in. I ain't got no time to play. I made a sincere commitment to do whatever it takes on the right side of the law to become a success. Now, my success ain't $1 million. My success, I just want to be happy. I want a good woman. I want to be able to, if I don't want to go to work today and I want to go to Atlanta, I can go. That's my idea of success. I ain't got to have $1 million in the bank. Take a million, but I ain't got to have it. But I want to be comfortable and I want to feel good about myself. And I've been trying to get down here to speak to you guys because I'm not getting into the full details of what I went through, but I went through some hoops, and I'm a success story, man. I got some brand new tennis shoes I bought yesterday. I mean, it's just, I've been so blessed. I got Christmas day, Santa brought me down the tree. Nothing. All I had was my Bible, a few pictures, my pen, and that was it. I walked out of prison with nothing. It's been 7 months, but this is the 8th month. So I've been home 7.5 months. I got a good girl, works for the city, been there about 12 years. My sister worked downtown. I seen when she walked past me, looked at me, I looked at her, and knocked her off. I did 5 years, but I didn't have sex with her right away because I told her I don't have nothing on my plate to offer. I just got a piece of a car. I'm barely trying to get myself together to go to this school, and she was patient and she dealt with me. She gave me gas money. She bought me clothes for interviews. She just bought me this phone because she knew I needed GPS for my job. She's been supporting me, but I told her I'm gonna be worth the wait. Because she see me talking to Joseph. She see me getting up going to the library every morning. She see me filling out applications, licking stamps, and doing everything I needed to do. She knew that maybe this guy ain't gonna just settle for anything, and he gonna be about his business. And that's what I did. I mean, but I don't want no past on that. God placed people in my life, the Reds Project, Brian, I don't know if you met Cliff. Those guys helped me immensely. Chris Allen at Great Lakes Truck Driving School went through leaps and bounds to help me. He even wiped, like I say, he wiped away the money. He was calling companies for me. He was calling employment connections. He talked to their supervisor. Everything was falling into place. Everything fell into place.
Except you were supposed to go to work somewhere else, right?
I was supposed to go to work at Ohio Farmers. When I completed my truck driving school, I called Ohio Farmers. We just hired somebody a month and a half ago. You're at the top of my list. I called them last Tuesday when I graduated truck driving school. Like, I did all this for y'all. I didn't want to be no truck driver. I wanted to get my CDLs for you because they union. They was going to start around with $22 an hour. I want in there. But he said a month and a half, so now I got my CDLs what I'm going to do. So I just kept doing what I was doing. And everything worked out. I mean, I'm here. I got new tennis shoes, a phone, my car running good. I got a good girl. I ain't been home 8 months. I wear my pen. I'm proud of my walk today. I ain't about no BS. I ain't about no knuckleheads. I'm trying to do something.